go this way.
Where are we going, guys?
Canada's Wonderland for Leviathan!
We're at the top of Leviathan. Ah.
Let's go! Look at my hair! I'm gonna die though, didn't
Was that fun?
We're scared.
That's fun.
That is the first time that my youngest son, Micah, ever went on the Leviathan at Canada's Wonderland in Toronto. We made him do it because we're a roller coaster family, and that's kind of what we've always told our kids. We're a roller coaster family, so we do hard things, no fear. This video came to me, and I know it came to me for a reason, because we were actually in a prayer session with our prayer team, a prayer team that we have to support us through this entire mission, and it's an incredible group of people. One of the guys in one of the sessions said, you have built this platform for freedom-loving Canadians, and one of the biggest kind of emotions that they have is fear. And I just went, yeah, one of their unifying emotion is fear. There's an underlying feeling of fear and trepidation. I mean, we can look at each other and say, well, for obvious reasons, right? The world is going to pot, our country's falling apart no matter what leader comes in. It just always seems to be chaotic. But if we actually really look at it, I mean, as long as I can remember, there was chaos. As long as I can remember, there was not a single politician who ever came into office that actually did anything. And in fact, they all did the exact same thing, no matter what side they were on. They did the exact same stuff, and that was nothing. And in fact, it wasn't only nothing. If they were good people, they had no impact anyway. Otherwise, they are part of a club, and they're part of a club that is fully intentional about dismantling your freedoms, your control over your own life, your privacy. But the reason I really wanted to talk about Micah's experience was, in that video, I got a picture of, there's 4 of us in there, but 3 of them represent, and I sense it's like this, God was showing me Father, Son, and Holy Spirit surrounding, there's 3 people surrounding Micah. Everyone in that video, you'll see, was fearless except for Micah. Micah was crapping his pants, just to be frank. And this kid is like, you're telling me that this is going to be fun, and you guys are all peaceful, but I am absolutely terrified. And that's the picture that he gave to me. This is a picture of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit having a ride of their life. It's absolute chaos. Something could happen. In that video, like you see, where 3 of us are all just sitting there going, you're gonna have a ride of your life. You'll thank us later maybe, and you're gonna get through this. And look at Micah's face. Every emotion in the book he goes through, you see it. But at the end, you see he takes this deep breath. He takes this deep breath and he goes, and then he's just like, I'm taking this all in. Oh my goodness, is that not a picture of what life is like? It's absolute chaos. Everything's a roller coaster ride. We're crapping our pants, I'm gonna be frank again. And God's just sitting there going, I'm taking you on this ride. And you'll see later, you're just gonna be going, oh yeah, that was, wow. But isn't this incredible? It's like, do we want to have our unifying emotion fear? Is that what we want right now? Like, do we want people to be able to say, oh yeah, the freedom community, yeah, they basically all live in fear? And if you think about it, if we're a freedom lovers, why is our underlying emotion fear? Can we just unpack that for a second? Why is it fear? Why are we choosing to give them the very emotion that we know that they love, and they need, and they feed off of it, and that gives them energy? Why is that the one we're picking? We go online, we see it, post after post after post, and news drips, and everyone's, and we're all angry, we're all upset, and I am doing this on a regular basis. This is a loving Father who gave me this download because I need it. So I'm not saying this from any sort of expertise, because I literally, anyone in my family can vouch, Mom, you got to stop doing that. If we're so upset about all these agendas that are going on and we're afraid, like, why are we giving it to them? Why aren't we replacing it with, I'm going to choose joy. Let's be rebels. Let's do the exact opposite of what they want us to. Let's just do the opposite. So the opposite is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. There's no fear in that list. Perfect love casts out all fear. So I am going to go to love and to courage and to bravery, and I'm going to choose joy and say, I'm taking that roller coaster ride. I'm going to have joy in chaos, and I'm going to have a peace that makes no sense. Yeah. Thank you to the good, good Father who gives us these downloads, because, man, we're so good at going to fear. We're so good at missing the point of what this whole life is about.